some of the headlines. This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. We begin today's show in Bangladesh, where the government has declared a period of national mourning for more than 120 garment workers who died in a fire at a factory supplying U.S. retail giant Wal-Mart, among others. The fire broke out Saturday evening at a garment factory in the suburbs of the capital Dhaka, as its mostly women employees worked overtime to meet holiday rush orders for overseas customers. Survivors said an exit door was locked, fire extinguishers didn't work, and that when the fire alarm went off, their bosses ordered them to stay at their sewing machines. Victims were trapped or jumped to their deaths from the 8-story building, which had no emergency exits or fire escapes. Meanwhile, a second fire broke out in a separate garment factory in Dhaka, though no deaths were reported. Thousands of garment workers have taken to the streets over the past 2 days to protest their unsafe conditions and demand justice. Survivors of the fire were among them.
How the factory caught fire, I don't know that, but when we heard fire, we all rushed and were trying to get out of the factory. The factory worker broke a window, and one of the workers pulled me through the window. Immediately after the fire broke, we tried to run out, but the door was locked. When the floor became dark because of smoke, the boys rescued me.
When the building caught fire, I didn't know, and many of us didn't know, because soon after the fire, the total floor was full of smoke, and we couldn't see anything then, and there was a chamber. We ran there, and all the workers broke the windows of the chamber, and we all could get out through that window.
The protests follow a work stoppage earlier this year when 300 factories in Bangladesh shut down for almost a week over demands for higher wages and better conditions. Fire officials in the country say more than 500 workers there have died in clothing factory accidents since 2006. Bangladesh is the main supplier of garments for Wal-Mart. At first, the company said it could not confirm whether it was still doing business with the Tazreen factory that caught fire. But it later confirmed a subcontractor had in fact placed orders there. Well, our guest now has visited the factory and took pictures of the charred clothing labels she found there, including the Wal-Mart brand Faded Glory. Kalpona Akter is a labor organizer with the Bangladesh Center for Worker Solidarity. She started work in garment factories when she was 12. Now she campaigns for better wages, recognition of the right to organize, and higher safety standards. She was imprisoned for more than a month in 2010 and still faces criminal charges. Kalpona Akter joins us by Democracy Now! Video stream in Dhaka. We're also joined in Washington, D.C. by Scott Nova, Executive Director of the Worker Rights Consortium, which investigates working conditions in factories around the world. He's back with us today. We welcome you both to Democracy Now! Kalpona Akter, you took pictures inside the burned Tazreen factory that showed some of the clothing labels found there, including the Wal-Mart brand Faded Glory. Now, Wal-Mart at first said it could not confirm its relationship with the factory, but on Monday, it issued a statement confirming it was a supplier. The statement said, quote, the Tazreen factory was no longer authorized to produce merchandise for Wal-Mart. A supplier contracted work to this factory without authorization and in direct violation of our policies. Unquote. Wal-Mart did not say when the supplier was removed from its list and approved facilities. Kalpona Akter, you got into this charred factory. Talk about what you found, and then talk about your response to what Wal-Mart said.
Thank you. Yeah, I had a chance to go inside the factory after it is fully burned. When I got into the factory, it just shocked me when I saw that in the downstairs, there is a piling of yarn and fabrics which is totally burned. And I shocked because they have 3 stairs and all those ended in that store. So literally, as workers stated, that they heard about fire alarm and they tried to evacuate from the factory, but they couldn't go out because of the fire in the stairs. So this is first shocking me. Then I went to the production floor to see how it is. And it is surprised me when I found these international brands like Faded Glory, which is one of the Wal-Mart label. I found CNA level in the production floor. I found NSC, and I found documents of Cake. I found documents of Carl Ricker. I found liangfang in this factory. So it is really surprised me because all these burns, they say that they are compliant, but I really don't know what they mean by compliance. They maybe the compliance means all the documentation, not in the practice. This is really give me a sense when I saw the factory ground floor, first floor, third floor, I mean all the floors. At least 3 floors I found that door has been locked after the floors burned. So literally these workers were tapped when they were trying to get out from the factory after they saw the factory caught fire. And after hearing the reaction of Wal-Mart that they are cutting and running from this factory, it is surprised me. When this factory were producing them, I don't believe that they would not have that information that Fazreen factory is making clothes for Walmart. Definitely they had that information. And second, now after burning and 112 or 120 workers dead, they cannot just wash their hand and say that okay, we will not do any business with them. They have to be with this factory and improve the safety standards in that factory. That is our demand, and they have to pay the compensation to these workers also because they were buying clothes from this factory.
Now, what is your response to Walmart saying they have cut their ties with this factory?
Yes. The Walmart just cannot say that they will just go now and they didn't know that this factory were producing for them. This is our response to the Walmart, or reaction to the Walmart. They cannot just clean their hand and say that we are just cutting and running. They have to stay with this factory, and they have to ensure the safety, improving the safety standards in all the factory they are sourcing from Bangladesh.
I want to read a part from the Walmart website section on the company's ethical sourcing for its garment suppliers. It says, quote, "We visited our supplier factories in Bangladesh to phase their production out of buildings identified as high risk for fire safety hazards. In 2011, we ceased working with 49 factories in Bangladesh due to fire safety issues. In February 2011, we organized a supply chain meeting in collaboration with other brands and retailers focused on fire safety, which was attended by 160 suppliers. Through our participation in the Bangladesh Buyers Forum, we worked with other retailers and brands to create fire safety training films and training materials," end quote. What more should Walmart be doing to ensure worker safety at its supply factories? Kalpona.
Okay. In considering seeing these fires in these factories, I would say that whatever they said in their website, they are doing that as a documentation, not in the practice. Okay, the Walmart should do more on that. Whatever they're saying in their website, in terms of the safety nets, they have to start the practice in these factories. That they need to do immediate.
We're going to go to a break, and then Kalpona Akter, we'd like to ask you to stay with us. We know you have been charged and want to find out why you face criminal charges. And we're also going to be joined by Scott Nova, who is working on the issue of garment workers in Bangladesh and the large companies they subcontract with, like Walmart. This is Democracy Now! Stay with us.